this set up. Hey, do you mind? I'm trying to set up for the episode that you're about to watch, and you're in here. No, you can't claim the books. I haven't even shown them off yet. Look, if you're going to stick around while I'm setting up and kind of bug me, I'm going to need to do a full cavity search.
WestcoastDAVEngers! WestcoastDAVEngers! Ah! Ah!
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the West Coast Avengers, your non-stop comic book roller coaster. We don't get off until we puke. I got a great episode for you, but first, like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know how I did. Every Wednesday is West Coast Wednesday, my comic book claim sale. Every Sunday is Sunday Sit Down, my live show. Varying topics, all centered around comics. You probably have heard, I have an audio podcast out called It Came from the Newsstand with my friend Manu, the 9.9 Newsstand. More about that in the description below. And if you want to join the Discord, the West Coast Avengers Discord, that is in the link tree below as well. It's just a way to continue the conversation that we have right here on YouTube. So I was super busy today getting prepped for this Comic-Con I'm doing in a couple weeks, getting prepped for my Wednesday show. And I replied to an ad on Facebook that I found that was local to me. And what I saw in the ad was 4 books. It was just Aquaman 1 through 4 from 1962, the first ongoing Aquaman series. And I saw the books and they were in pretty good shape. I did this thing that I always do. When I see somebody selling comics and it's a new listing in my area, I look to see what else they're selling. Maybe they're selling more books, maybe they're not. But it tips me off because when I see somebody that has just got a couple of books, whether it's a Silver Age or it's Bronze Age or whatever, and I don't see them selling other comics, Spidey sense kind of tingles because I realize that this person is not a comic person. Depending on the books that they list, sometimes I'll message them and I'll ask them, do you have any other comics for sale? When it comes to something like Silver Age Aquaman, there's no way that this person just has these 4 books. That's not, it's a weird thing when you think about it. Why would you just have 4 Silver Age comics and nothing else? So I messaged about 3 hours later. He got back to me and he said, yeah. So he sent me a couple of pictures. The first batch of books was kind of Copper Age, garbagey stuff, bad condition, nothing worth money. Second batch was a little bit of bronze, but it was mostly boring stuff. Third and fourth, those are the pictures that led me to say, hey, when could I meet up with you? I'd love to see the comics and maybe buy some. He said, I'm home now. Gave me his address, drove 40 minutes, and obviously I bought the books. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a little top-down view. I'm going to show you what I got. It's a really small amount of books, but they're all in really good condition, and there's some fucking bangers in here. So let's take a look and see what I got. They haven't even been bagged and boarded yet, so they are fresh. Fresh. All right, so let's take a look. I mean, I know what I got. I know what I have. It says every Craigslist ad ever. But you don't know what I got. The 2 books that I was very familiar with that I saw when he sent me that second batch of pictures. One of them's right here. I'll take a look. But here's that Aquaman number 1. I have a good sense of what conditions are going to be when I just kind of flip through a collection. And these were all super crispy Bronze Age and Silver Age stuff. So there's the Aquaman number 1, the first ongoing Aquaman book from 1962. But then we got one of these. An absolutely stunning copy of King Size Hulk number 1 with that Jim Steranko cover. I would put this about an 8, maybe an 8.5, depending. I mean, you get that little crease up there, that famous Jim Steranko cover. I do have a graded copy. I think I'm going to keep this one and sell my graded copy. All right, so now we got an Aquaman number 2, and then an Aquaman number 3, and there's the Aquaman number 4. All really nice copies, like nothing below a 6 or a 7. Probably even better, now looking at them under the lights. A Doc Savage 5. It's very funny to me, if you've been watching my videos for the last year and change, so the box that I bought, they got the ASM 129 in it, right? It had Demon Run, it had Doc Savage, it had a couple of Hulk issues, it had a full run of Commandy, it had a full run of Luke Cage, and they were all very similar to this. They were crispy copies, that had just been kept stacked on top of each other in a box. This one, I don't know where this one, these two probably fall in from somewhere else because they do not match what's in here. All right, so we got a big run of Conan, some more Doc Savage, but the Conan run includes the first Elric, which is this issue, number 14. Some of the, famous Barry Windsor Smith pieces. 22 is in there. Some Werewolf by Night. There's, I think, 10 through 15 or so. All crispy, all high grade, or, at least relatively high grade. Issue with the Dracula appearance. Look at that. First page. Teen Titans number 19. I haven't checked to see if this is a key or anything, but it is old, volume 1 Teen Titans from 69. And then, oh my God, I didn't even notice this was in here. Teen Titans number 2. So this one's a little banged up. It looks like a partially detached cover, but still, Teen Titans number 2. Demon number 9. I didn't look to see if there's any Jack Kirby autographs inside, but you never know. We got a Cull number 1. I believe that's the first appearance of Cull. Maybe wrong. So a lot of number 1s in here too. You'll see another one that's pretty big. Mighty Thor, Marvel Spectacular. And we keep going with the Conan run. I don't know what the other keys are, but you will see a couple of keys in here in this pile. And if you're paying attention, I just hid the book. I just hid the big book. Well, it's not the big book. There's several big books in here. We got a nice little run of Conan, all high grade, all first 40 issues. I did speak to the guy about if he can get more from the person that he got these from, and I kind of set the tone by saying there's probably a Conan 1 in there, and I would love to get it, especially if it's in this kind of grade. Not a huge, I will never claim that I'm a Conan fan, but I'm a Barry Windsor Smith fan, and I like key books. So those two things add up. Plus, high grade Conan number 1 is a hard book to find. Conan 42, 41, and I believe that's 40. Okay, so then we go back to the Aquaman. We got Aquaman number 4. We got Conan number 24, the first cover of Red Sonja. And then we've got this book. Hello. Ghost Rider number 1. It's got a little chip on the bottom. I still think this is probably an 8.0. Little stain there. That's the only problem. So, but interior is absolutely beautifully white. So, gonna see if I can get somebody to get that little water drop stain out and do some page whitening here. Anyway, first issue of Ghost Rider. I'm not going to complain about that either. And then we've got the first appearance of Red Sonja. I know some people claim this is a cameo, but she's in a bunch of panels. She's named in the book. Anyway, that's really dope. And then we got Supernatural Thrillers, The Valley of the Worm. Action Comics 342, which I have not looked up to see if it's anything at all. Werewolf by Night 10, which is a great book. Legion of Superheroes number 1, but no, it's volume 1, number 1. First Legion of Superheroes. Nice grade on that too. Human Torch number 1, which is the first solo Human Torch book in the whatever age it is. But I don't really know. This is what I got, plus another box of books that was kind of like junky books, but these aren't what I would call junky at all. Anyway, let's I'm going to put this all in bags and boards, and we'll see you soon.
Wasn't that was a great buy. I know what I can make on some of the stuff in here, and I know what I'm going to grade to sell. I'm going to swap out the Hulk in the one that's in my collection for the raw one. And that's really it. That's the only one I really want to keep for myself. I'm really stuck on this also for the reason that there might be more in the future. So I hope he is smart about it and calls me first because he knows I'm going to pay. And even if not, this was a great buy for me. Also, this is now the third Bronze Age collection I bought, or Bronze Age based collection that I bought, that has all been in super, super good condition. There's something about the 70s, the people that collected in the 70s in this area, they put them away and they stayed in really good condition. Now, I will say this. I think there is something to be said about Bronze Age books that can't be said for any other age. The covers and the paper that they used was kind of like, there's something about it. It didn't get damaged that much if they were just sitting on top of each other and not bagged and boarded. In the Pacific Northwest, despite us getting a lot of rain, it never really gets humid. There's not a lot of moisture in the air. It's just it falls from the sky to the ground and then it's gone. So paper does keep very well in these conditions if it's just stored on, a closet or an attic. Doesn't ever get too hot. So with that, you don't get the humidity. Science, right? I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Throw a comment below. Hit the like button. By the time you watch this, some of this stuff might be sold. Some of it might be off to being pressed and cleaned. Either way, really stoked. And I'll see you soon on the West Coast Davengers. I'm really good at buying comics. Don't you think so? Yeah.
And there's a comic. What's his name? Bert Kmart illustrated this book too. I love Bert Kmart. He's one of my favorite artists of all time.